Howdy, everybody. Graham here from therecordingrevolution.com with another 5 minutes to a better mix. Yes, we're looking at 31 mixing tips in 31 days because I'm crazy. And today I've got another one for you, sticking with the drums theme, and that is to sort of play with the panning of your drums. Maybe you like to pan drums wide. Maybe you like to pan them narrow if you have a stereo overhead. But why not do both and sort of use panning as a tool to create a more interesting and dynamic mix? And a simple way to do this is sort of to choose your panning to be a little more narrow in the verses. And then when you get to the chorus or the hook of the song is to automate the panning, open things up wider. And the drums will go from one location, which is kind of right in the middle of the screen, right where my voice is coming from, to being all around you, especially if they're listening in headphones. And it's a subtle nuance. It's not going to change the complete impact of the mix. But hey, guess what? This is what mixing is subtle impacts, little teeny moves that when you add 100 little teeny moves that you're doing, you take something that's okay and you make it something great. So this is one of those tools you can whip out when you need to kind of enhance where your song is going and maybe make that hook a little bigger. And so here's an example where I'm trying to do that. And I'm going to show you without the impact, verse, pre-chorus into the chorus, so you hear the way it would have been. And then I'll just show you how to widen up the drums in the chorus. Take a listen so maybe you get a feel for how this would work in context. Here's the later part of a verse.
With grace upon your lips, Jesus, you speak freedom to me. And in my surrender to the King, I am lifted up to sing. Oh, you came to seek and save that which is lost from your hand. Jesus, I bow lower now. I bow lower now.
The point of that is the drums stay up the middle the whole time. And that's okay, but if you hear when we get to the chorus, and you can hear what the drums are doing, he's hitting sort of the ride as a constant crash. I would love that to like open up and go wide. So what you could do is just pull up the pan automation on your DAW, and any DAW can do this. Navigate to your chorus, and then pull that thing from 25% where I've had it, because I wanted the drums to sound like they're coming from one constant location. The hi-hat is in the middle, cymbals were in the middle, toms were panned narrow. But here I'm just opening up the overheads so that any of his ride cymbal hits or anything are going to go wide, okay? And this makes a big difference. Let's go back to the waveform view. Coming out of the pre-chorus, you'll hear him sort of open up to the right.
I bow lower now. I bow lower now. I cast off my crown.
Right? So it plays off of when you get to the hook, that's the biggest part of a song generally. So open it up. Open up the feel, and you want the hook to sound bigger, badder, more impactful. And this is one way to do it is stereo placement. I've talked about this with harmonies before. You can bring in percussion like I've got here with a shaker that's a little bit there. But just simply panning the overheads on your drums, you go from, oh, there are the drums, to, oh, wow, I feel that something has changed, and it's as simple as panning out those cymbals. So any crash hits, any ride hits, any hi-hat hits go from up the middle to left or right. And it's those little things that make the difference, and you want that impact to happen, especially if the chorus is your hook. So try that on a mix. See if it doesn't help. Think narrow drums during the verse, wider drums in the chorus. You get the best of both worlds. Hope that helps. Again, this is Graham at therecordingrevolution.com. We'll see you soon.